Friends, hello and welcome on techguruspeaks.com. Today I would like to describe one of the most important modules in Python, that is called pandas. Pandas is basically an open source Berkeley software distribution or BSD licensed module or library in Python to provide high performance and easy to use data structure and data analysis tools. Basically, pandas is built on top of the NumPy module, and it provides an easy way to create, manipulate and analyze the data. Pandas uses series for one-dimensional data structure and data frame for multidimensional data structure. This particular module is used in a wide range of fields involving academic and commercial domains. For example, finance, economics, statistics, analytics, etc. Pandas is a very useful library in data analysis, and that is why it is basically very much needed in data science. It can be used to perform data manipulation and analysis. Now I'll be moving to the demonstration part, and that will be done by using the Spider IDE, which is one of the most popular IDEs for Python programming. Now just move to the IDE for program demonstration. As I have told you before, basically in pandas we are having two different concepts to be implemented, like one is series, that is for one dimensional data structure, and another is data frame, that is for multidimensional data structure. Now the package or the module or the library that we will be using here, it is called pandas. Okay, so first we need to import this module in the IPython console. So apart from that, we need NumPy also, like as I have told you before, like pandas will be dependent on NumPy module in many cases, and it is considered to be a particular module that is built on top of NumPy. So two necessary modules are imported in the IPython console, which is equivalent to the Jupyter notebook. Now I am going to create a particular sample array for our experiment. Say I will be using the concept of, say, NumPy array. Within bracket I can have the list like structure, like within list we can have many elements. So suppose here I have considered only 9 elements. So it is the end of this list, and it is the end of the array class, which is part of the NumPy module. So it has been created. So it has been created. So we can test it. Yes, it has been created. So it was successful. Now we are going to create a series from the given NumPy array by using the pandas. So here we are having an alias of the module name panda, that is denoted by pd.series, that is the class required for creating the series from the given NumPy array. So the name of the array is data. So now I would like to check whether it has been created successfully or not. Yes, it has been created successfully. Now suppose I would like to print the first 6 elements of the series, that is for one dimensional data. Okay, so series is actually denoting one dimensional data structure. Now you can perform here different kinds of mathematical and statistical operations, like I can perform here summation of the elements in the given series. I can perform the statistical mean, that is the average value of the elements. I can also perform here the standard deviation. So the function name is here std, but suppose I would like to show the result up to 2 decimal places. So what is to be done here? Suppose now I am going to store it in a variable. Now it will be now stored in the variable named val. So after creation of this variable, now I am going to say format my result by using the format method that I demonstrated earlier in my previous tutorials. Say up to 2 decimal places I will be showing the values. So that is the idea. So it is showing now the result in terms of up to 2 decimal places. So this is the original number being generated, which is the standard deviation of the given series that we have created here. Okay, so it is giving you the result, that means the result of standard deviation up to 2 decimal places. Okay, so that is the idea. 30.12 will be the result. Now I am going to apply LOC and ILOC method, which are two popular methods for pandas data frame, but still it is also available in series, that is pandas series, and we can also test them. So just we are going to test them by using the series, that is the pandas one dimensional data structure. So if you just print the result, so here the result has been printed from the index 2 to 5, that is 5 inclusive. Now I am going to apply the same operation with respect to ILOC. Okay, so here it is basically doing what? It is basically now showing the result starting from 2 to 4, 5 exclusive, like the element at index 5 has been excluded here. So that is the idea that I have demonstrated. Okay, now we will be moving to the pandas data frame. So here the data set looks like this. Say it is our sample data set. It is basically related with students database. So it is having just 6 attributes in it, right? Like roll number, name, stream, gender, age and grade. So I have got the record of 10 students, so for our experiment. So now I'll be doing what? Just I'll be first trying to read the data set in my hard disks, and it should be stored in a data frame using pandas, that is for multidimensional data structure. Like data frame is basically used for storing multidimensional data structure. So now if I run the program, you can see here a particular variable has been created, that is called df. So now you can see the result in terms of tabular form, like the result will be showing the record of 10 students. Okay, so roll name, stream, gender, age and grade. So now what we will be doing here, we will be just checking some statistics. Like first I have tried to load the dataset from the hard disk to a data frame using pandas. So it is df is called the data frame, pd is the alternative for pandas, that is an alias of the pandas module. So read underscore csv is the method name, and this is the file. So this is the file which contains the necessary information. So here we are getting basically students related information. Now we are going to perform some operations on the given data frame after it is being loaded in the data frame from the given CSV file, and that will be done by using read underscore CSV method, which is part of the pandas module. Okay, so now we have checked some numerical information, like the information about the numerical values in the say table. Like you can check that thing also, like you are having some attributes or column that is having numeric value like roll number, age and grade. Okay, so these are the numeric values. Okay, so that is why we can perform some kind of say statistical operation based on numeric values. So here it is considering role, age and grade, which is basically the numeric values. So we have shown the count, mean value, standard deviation value. Okay, so all the statistics are shown over here. So that can be done by using df.describe. Like df is for data frame, that is for multidimensional data structure, that is a part of the pandas module, and describe is the method name by using which actually we are going to show the information of numeric columns. Okay, statistical information. Now suppose we are going to know what are the columns present in our data set, so that can be done by using df.columns. So it is showing all the attributes like role, name, stream, gender, age and grade. Okay, so that can be considered as an object because it is having 6 attributes in it. Now the data type, you can also see the data type here, like it is basically showing the different types of data type for a particular column. Like roll number is having int, name object, stream object, gender object, age integer and grade floating point. So that is ideal, and the record itself is represented by an object like this collection of records. So now that is stored in the data frame here, it is also an object. And the size, like next comes the shape, that is the shape, it will be showing you the number of records, and that means number of rows and columns, that you can check it here also. Like it is having 10 records, like from 0 to 9. These are the indices, and 6 columns, so that we can check here. So that is the meaning of the shape attribute. So in that way we can perform different types of say statistical operations. Now we are going to get the basic information. Say for example, by using the head method, if I am specifying here say 10 elements, since there are 10 elements only, but you can change the value, it can be 5 or it can be any value that you can put here. So suppose I am putting the value as 10, so it will be showing say the basic information of all the columns in the given data frame, that is denoted by df. So all the values are shown over here row wise. So it is having a multidimensional data structure, which is basically part of the data frame, which is denoted by df. Now we are going to perform some data analysis operation on this particular given data frame. Suppose we are going to apply here LOC and ILOC, that is the most important thing to consider here. So basically by using LOC we are getting the rows or columns with particular labels from index. That means we are basically using LOC as a label based operation, and similarly we will be using ILOC. We can apply it on rows and columns, but it is basically based on index. Okay, so that is basically based on integer value. Just have a look at it. Say for example, it is my given data, clear. So that is a student record and it is being stored in the data frame, Now if I am going to apply this like df.loc, so within which I have got say df grade. Grade means what? That is the grade value. So if the grade value that is in floating point number is greater than 8.5, okay, just print roll number, name and stream. Okay, so that is shown over here. Have a look at it. It is not showing all of the say records. It has deleted some of the record. Actually it is showing here 7 records. The rest of the records are not satisfying this condition, like grade value greater than 8.5. So that is why this record like will not be selected. Okay, this record will not be selected. So that is 2, 6 and 7. So these 3 records will not be selected because it doesn't, like each of the records will not satisfy the condition, and we are selecting the columns role, name and stream. But here we are mentioning the particular column here, basically df colon grade within index, that is basically a column, and that is shown by using its label. So the grade is basically the label of the column. So that is the corresponding result. It is showing the record that will be satisfying the condition, and it will be just showing the results for roll number, name and stream only. Okay, now we are going to get the same result by applying ILOC. So here we are going to do what? We are basically applying the same logic here, but remember that since we are actually applying on like applying the ILOC on say integer value that is based on indexes, so that is why we need to convert them into values. Like by using dot value, that is an attribute, we are going to get a numpy representation of the given data frame. Okay, so since I have told you it is not based on label like column label, it will be denoted by the column index like 0, 1 or 2, because 0 is roll number, name is 1 and stream is 2. So in that way it is showing the same result, but here you are specifying the column name. Here you are specifying column name, but you are specifying the column number only. So that is the difference. Basically in this example using LOC, you are basically specifying the labels. That is, it is based on label index, and here we are getting basically the result by specifying the say integer index values. Now remember that before generating the result, it should be getting converted with a numpy representation like numpy array of the given data frame that must be converted. And another thing is that we can have say more than one condition. Like suppose here we are going to consider the grade points of students that is greater than 9.0, and the particular student is from CSE. So here we have combined two conditions by using AND of. Okay, so in that you can combine two conditions, and we are going to print here role and name only. Okay, so just have a look at it. So here the conditions among the 3 CSE students, I can see here there are 3 CSE students, 1, 2 and 3 CSE students are there. So of them only the last student is basically satisfying this condition. So that is why you are having only one record as the result of this query. Okay, so now for the last one we are actually getting the same result, but we are actually using here ILOC. So here the condition is same, but here we are going to convert this thing into values that I have already explained. Like we are going to get a numpy representation, that is numpy array of the given data frame. Otherwise this particular index based operation could not be applied because it is index based. I mean to say ILOC is basically index based, while LOC is basically label based. So in that way the result will be shown to you. Now one of the thing that I would like to mention here, like in this example I have basically specified a selective columns, but the thing might be like I would like to show all the columns. That can also be done, like suppose in terms of result I would like to include all the columns to be included. So that is showing. Okay, so that means what? That means either you can go for all the columns or you can have the selection of columns. In the earlier example I have selected columns in the result, but here I have selected all the columns. The same thing can be applied with respect to the ILOC also. So basically you are writing a query in terms of LOC, then we are going to convert it by using ILOC. So here I'll be writing values. So it is showing the same result, but the thing is that here we are applying ILOC. So that is the difference. I hope that you have understood the logic of applying series for one-dimensional data structure and multi-dimensional data structure that is to be used by data frame, which is one of the most important thing to be or concept to be considered for say pandas library, and using it you can have the real kind of data analysis to be done. Like for data science and machine learning you are going to perform different types of analysis on data, and for that you need the data structure for multidimensional model, that is the data frame. So I hope that you have understood the logic of applying data frame and the different methods, like different techniques, that means LOC and ILOC, and different statistical operations that I have applied on the given data frame. So with this I conclude today. I hope that you thoroughly watched this video, and if you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the URL of my YouTube channel and this is the website. You will get lot of useful information here, and this is my email ID. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.